touch on something else when you talk about people turning 70. And the question then becomes one of fitness for duty going forward with the increase in technology and our increasing reliance on technology. Do we need to deliver a message that people need to pay attention to fitness in ways that perhaps they didn't have to before, if for no other reason than to qualify for decent insurance rates, despite the fact that the technology has taken a lot of the burden of flying off your shoulders?
Let me start out with that with my pals here. You know, we were charged as an industry to bring this basic med to the market 3.5 years ago. We celebrated yesterday over 60,000 people for flying under basic med, which means in my mind, they can work with their own primary care doctor to fly general aviation up to 6,000 pounds, up to 18,000 feet, and have a great flying experience while making sure that they're taking care of their health. And those of us that fly a lot and have taken medicals for 30, 40 years know that even the best medical may be a 24-hour guarantee at best. And that, you know, we have to be responsible every day before we get in the cockpit to assess our, you know, fitness to fly. But at the end of the day, you know, we can't find incapacitations or things like that that are driving fatal accident rates, nor can the NTSB, nor can the FAA. So I think by working together, we have got more people flying today. You know, our active number of pilots flying has moved up from a bottom of about 570 a few years ago, probably 4 years ago, 570,000 to now over 650,000 people that are actively flying as measured by some type of medical. Some part of that would due to the basic med. Some part of it's just due that there was a demand for airline pilots up until about 6 months ago. But there are going to be people that are entering or re-entering general aviation here, and we want to make sure they can access reasonable health and getting their medicals done. That's one of the challenges I've seen with the FAA with special issuance. They're still running way behind. Yet on the other hand, they did a great job of getting the basic med rolled out.
I think if you look at the technology question and you sit there and you go, okay, we're given more technology in the cockpit. All of us know that, you know, sometimes working the technology, you know, if you make a mistake, all of a sudden it's best to just click it off and hand fly it. And some of these folks that have been around a long time, that experience accounts for a heck of a lot. And so we are at that fascinating stage in aviation history. You think about, and we spent a lot of time talking with the administrator this morning about, you know, what we're learning from the 737 MAX investigations, what's happening on the Hill and everything. But think about it, you know, in the 737 MAX, we have stick shakers and we had the MCAS system on there to try to make an airplane feel right like another airplane, when if it was a computer flying it, we wouldn't need any of that stuff. And we're in that transition period right now. And so the more that we can go and as we bring in younger pilots, we bring back older pilots in that, to really focus on having them be part of this community and listen to what our associations are telling them about training and currency and the capability out there. I mean, I can't even think about flying without, you know, having a tablet in front of me and having one of the great products out there is telling me where the weather is right now and where the terrain is. In this day and age, we've got these incredible tools to keep us safe, and we have to have people that feel confident and be able to talk to other pilots to be able to use it.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of going back to personal accountability too. I mean, whether it's, you know, I'm safe or whatever it takes, where you're reflecting on what your personal minimums are, that you're cognizant about things like sleep and medications, mental health issues, physical health issues, and you're able to objectively make an assessment of yourself, run through your personal checklist just as you do the checklist for the technology. But I do think as we move forward, that human technology interface, you know, is one where training experience, there's a lot that comes into that. And it's incumbent on all of us to again, share experiences to help each other get through. At NBAA, I know you know, Gil, we celebrated Safety Week last week, where we had a single pilot safety stand down, a national safety forum, and in between we did a town hall where we focused on a couple pilots who dead stick their citation into Savannah. We call it the Save in Savannah. and just work through what happened. How did we get there? How did we work through it? And I think it continues to be a lot of what do we need to do as individuals? What technologies are available? How do we bring that together and share our operational successes and failures?
Well, in particular this time, as we come out of, presumably we're going to come out of the pandemic, there's been a lot written about emotional and mental fatigue, depression, and the last thing you want to do is get into an aircraft with a pilot who's not 100%. And so anything we can do to support the mental aspects of flying going forward, particularly it's to watch the airlines laying off pilots who are going to be looking for work. It's going to change the nature of the workforce going forward. Again, I've said this before, as the boomer generation retires, we're looking for the replacement set
Of course,
to come in and fill those slots.
Of course, every airport I've been at lately, you see the happiest people in the world. You walk out to an airport and people going, I can get out, I can fly, I'm looking at the colors. The last few airports have been packed. I mean, just packed, and just the happiest people, and more activity at the fuel pumps and everything, and people talking with one another, and this is a great time. As Mark said, I mean, people are flying a lot, and I think it's the best stress reliever of all during COVID is to let people go out and fly.
No argument. No argument. With the blue side up and a green side down, no argument.